Sonic High School, Chapter 13, Picking Up Silver. A cool car raced through the city streets. Brrrr, said the car, as it went down the big street with lots of other cars on it. The city was filled of buildings with lights, and other things like places like McDonald's. Come, shouted the car, as it went back and forth, going in between other cars so it did not have to wait in traffic. The car was playing techno and rock and roll music. Techno is short for technology. I don't think it is, but I don't really know. Reek! Yelled the car, doing a big turn in the city intersection. Location update on the Ultra Chaos Emerald, said the driver of the car. The car screen blinked to different things, and then, in a robot voice, said, Beep, beep! Ultra Chaos Emerald getting closer! Shadow looked at the map screen and drove faster towards the red dot that was where the last Ultra Chaos Emerald was. Beep, 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 said the car in a robot voice as Shadow got closer to the dot while driving his car. It was just around the corner now. Shadow did another fast turn at this intersection and right to where the red dot on the map was. Beep, 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 screamed the car in a robot voice as his car dot and the Ultra Chaos Emerald dot on the map moved into each other. And in the real world, Shadow pulled up on the curve. There was a couple of gangmen. Thanks, Omega, said Shadow as he hopped out of the car, which was black and red, and on to the dark city street. He looked at the blacks Oh, they're all gangs, so obviously they gotta be black. They can be Hispanic too. I mean, they can be white. They can be white, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, blue. They can be hedgehogs too. He looked at the blacks standing there, and they looked dangerous. Shadow, you're black too. You can fit right in all. But Shadow knew that they had the Ultra Chaos Emerald, a.k.a. weed. Shadow took out a gun and pointed it at them and said, Give me the last Ultra Chaos Emerald. And they looked surprised and startled. They checked their pockets, and while they were doing that, the gun became used, and Shadow shot all three of them. Kodak's gonna start selling disposable guns. Thanks, Shadow. They were now dead. Shadow reached in the middle one's pocket and found what he had come for, the last Ultra Chaos Emerald. They were like the regular Chaos Emeralds, but more powerful and a secret until they were found out. Shadow hopped back into his car, Omega the robot car, and said, I got it. Now I can get one wish to come. They're Dragon Balls. They're fucking Dragon Balls. I'm gonna think about what I will use it on before I can use it. Shadow looked at the map and said, Get me directions to Hamburger Restaurant. You could just go to McDonald's since that's a place that cities have. Omega changed some screens and said in a robot voice, Beep boop bop, Hamburger Restaurant location found. It is over here. And Shadow looked at where the dot was. It was right nearby. So Shadow drove there with more loud sounds. Shadow went to the drive-thru and got a hamburger and fries and sat in the parking lot in Omega and ate it. This is great. I love this place. It is always the place that I love to come to after I finish a crime, said Shadow darkly. Omega did not need food because he was a robot shaped into a car. Shadow finished eating, threw the garbage into Omega's trash hole, where he turned litter into gasoline, which was useful. Then Shadow took his penis out. Trash hole, penis, I already know where this is going. Hey, Omega, check this out, said Shadow laughing as he took out his big, neat, hard penis and stuck it in Omega's trash. I fucking called it. Unrecognized item in trash hole. Error, said Omega. That's my penis, man, said Shadow to Omega. Penis not trash, not allowed in trash hole, said Omega to Shadow. Shadow couldn't fit all of his big, strong penis into Omega's trash hole anyway, so he took it out and gave Omega a taste of his balls too. God damn it. Omega did not recognize Shadow's balls as trash either, which is good because if he did recognize them as trash, Shadow's probably sleeping around a little bit too much. I mean, come the fuck on. And then Shadow put his balls back, and he just right back into the fucking ball sack. I don't know, did he take them out of his testicle sack? I don't know. And started to drive off with his hand, still on his penis. Thanks for that detail. I really needed that. Where's Silver's house? Said Shadow to Omega while he rubbed really quick and hard on his penis with one hand while his other hand was driving. Omega updated his map and showed where Silver's house was on the other side of the Dark City. Shadow kept empowering his penis with one hand. Yeah, you're a good penis. Who needs women anyway? I imagine him giving his penis structured critique. Fucking Christ. And he drove faster and more dangerously. Soon, his penis was so big he could hardly see in front of him anymore. Okay, author. Penises don't just keep getting bigger. There's... Eventually they hit a limit, dude. I don't think he has enough blood in his body to make his penis get it. And he was...
Just God fucking damn it.
And he...
I can't stop now.
I'm usually way better about keeping in control, but I can't do it. And he was zigzagging across the street, trying to keep both his penis and his car in control. Then he put both hands of his on his penis and made it do all sorts of things until it was done, and his penis redecorated the inside of Omega with white curtains. Does your dick shoot fabric? Just so you know, that's my semen. Okay. Okay. Good, it's just semen, everybody. Don't be afraid. Shadow to Omega. Omega knew that already. Shadow put both of his hands back on the steering wheel and drove faster. But suddenly, some loud sounds and flashing lights came up behind him. Wug, wug, wug! The police is following you! Said Omega. Shadow decided to follow the laws and stopped his car in the street and waited for the police to come over to him. Shadow's penis was still big, though. So he tucked it under his leg on the right, and it stuck up in the middle of Omega the car, and Shadow put his hand on it. The police came over to the front window of Omega and looked at Shadow inside.
Good vehicle,
said the police. Thanks, said Shadow to the police. Back.
Okay. Do you know that you are breaking the law by going that fast and back and forth on the street?
Said the police to Shadow, sounding more like Miss Lesson than a real person. Yeah, I do, said Shadow, and he patted his hand on his penis in the middle of the front of his car. Sir?
Please take your hand off the gear stick in the middle of the car right now,
said the police to Shadow. Shadow looked at the police and laughed and said,
That's not a gear stick. That is my penis,
and drove off before the police could say anything or really even react at all. You have broken another law, said Omega to Shadow. Shadow laughed because he could see the police far behind him giving up and going to look for an easier criminal. Now, said Shadow, let's get to Silver's house. Shadow drove the car fast to Silver's house on the other side of the city, and when he got there, he braked the car so hard that the sound it made was like hearing the world's largest bird get punched in his tummy. You can use words like penis and fucking shit, but you can't use stomach. You gotta say tummy. Okay. Shadow honked the horn, and when he... White curtains. And when he finished honking the horn, Silver jumped out of the window and onto the street and into the side seat of Omega. Let's see, what's Silver's voice?
Hey, Shadow. Thanks for the ride.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to. Give me a minute. I got to think of it. I can do this. Thanks, Shadow. Say, oh, fuck him.
Hey, Shadow. Thanks for the ride,
said Silver.
Cool curtains you put up.
What? Not white curtains, Silver. They're semen. Shadow laughed and said, No problem. Now if I do not hurry up by driving fast, you will be late for the play. Silver said,
Do not worry. We will get there in time.
You know what? I'm going to make Silver Christopher Walken. It makes everything better. Do not worry. We will get there in time. Silver was another big role in the play, but he was not a huge gay like Charmy Bee. Silver was kind of like Sonic, but less fast, and Sonic also had the best morals, but maybe Silver dressed better, but that was kind of gay too. Silver did have this big hair thing on the front that looked like a marijuana. What the... So maybe Sonic was better at being stylish anyway. It is hard to tell because Silver lived in the city, which was kind of far away from high school. So Shadow stepped on the gases and the car went away through the city, into the moonlight, and towards out of the city. And towards out of the city, into the moonlight, and towards out of the city to the high school. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things. If you want to watch more Sonic High School, click up in the top right corner. If you want to watch some random video that I'm going to put there, click in the bottom left corner. If you want to buy a shirt or two or 17, do it. Click up in the top left corner. Merchandise. Goodbye.